Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday. First and foremost, before I roll on to anything, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Please do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, permitting my schedule, and then of course major holidays. Yes, and one last bit of information I like to give you is in the description box. I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating if there is one that exists. Some trivia, if there's anything worthwhile of mentioning, which today I had a couple little things in there I thought was very worthwhile of mentioning. And then, of course, I give you a link for a trailer or a scene from the movie itself, so you have a little bit bigger of a taste, and it'll help you decide if you really want to check it out or just skip it altogether. Which today's is a fun one. It is one I highly recommend checking out, especially those that are connoisseurs of the video nasties list, because this one is definitely one of those original 72, part of the BBFC's video nasties section 1 list. I believe that's where it rolled, and it is none other than Joe D'Amato's Anthropophagus. Yeah, I know I just murdered that one, but either way, it is an absolute gem. As you can see, I double dipped on this one. I have the old Shriek Show DVD here, which has a bunch of special features in its own, and then I also have this beautiful Severin re-release, which with a I believe it has a 2K scan on it. The picture is nice and crisp and clean, so definitely do not pass this up if you are a connoisseur of the like I said, the video nasties, old Italian horror from the 70s and 80s, because this one came out right on the year of my birth, on 1980, so that makes me 41 years old. Holy crap, I am old as can be. But either way, this one is definitely worthwhile. As far as special features go, they are both stacked to the gills. I'm mostly going to talk about how this one has a bunch of interviews on here, one with George Eastman himself, a couple other actors from the film itself, and I believe Tisa Farrow also had a small interview on there as well. And it is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray, just to let you know. And as usual from Severin, you do get the alternative cover artwork there for it. I'm not the biggest fan of that artwork. I go with the one that I know it most for, and it's this one right here. Let's get the other bad bitch up here too, because I like to show off the fact that I have two of this one, which is a weird thing, because there is another movie linked to this called Absurd, which also made the BBFC's Video Nasties Section 1 list as well. That one is a prequel that was made after this one, so eventually I'll do Absurd. I'm just in no rush to do it, because they are so similar in style and fashion, especially being directed by Joe D'Amato himself. And then you got George Eastman. Actually, I think George Eastman directed Absurd, now that I think about it. But either way, you got a nice little addition to the mythos of the Anthropophagus, the Grim Reaper. Yes. But I gotten through all of that. What exactly is it about? It's about these people. There is, I believe, 4 of them, 2 couples, and they are going to this Greek island, which at the very beginning of the movie, you are treated to a double homicide, 2 kills in the very beginning. It's a young couple going down to this beach. Unfortunately, they are speaking German, and my German is not very good. So I know Sprechen Sie Deutsch. But either way, they get dispatched one after another. I found it to be kind of a humorous kill, especially the male victim, because the male is just sitting there with these ginormous headphones on, and he's laying on rocks. Like, who the hell lays on rocks to get comfortable? I know that is the last place where I would want to be. But either way, the guy is sitting there chilling. He gets attacked after his girlfriend is attacked out at sea. So you fast forward a little bit, and you got this group of people that are wanting to go to this island because they hear it's a very, very cool, like, tourist destination. It's got some romantic stuff going on. Things that two couples can do to enjoy their time, which one of the couples is the woman is very, very, very pregnant. She is expecting any time soon, which will come back up later in the movie. But they get to this island. Well, first they're stopped by Tisa Farrow, the beautiful, beautiful Tisa Farrow, which this was her last film, and then she retired after this, which is kind of sad because I like her. She always added something a little extra to all of her movies, in my opinion. But she is able to talk them into going along with them on this boat trip to this island. And when they get there, they find that it is pretty much deserted. They do not run into any locals whatsoever. The only people that they seen was before they left on a previous island. But either way, they are creeped out by everything that's been going on. There's thunderstorms going on. They are essentially kind of trapped inside this resort type area, and while they're there, they find another girl who has gone completely mad. She ends up stabbing one of our heroes, I guess, if you want to call him a hero, one of our good guys in the back, and blah, 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 blah. All the while, this guy has been making moves on Tisa Farrow, which is kind of funny because he's there with another woman, and it's like, and he's telling Tisa, like, oh, she doesn't complete me. She's not what I want. I really want you instead. Kind of an asshole move, in my opinion. It cracks me up. But either way, you continue on with our story, and you find out that there's this creature, this cannibalistic humanoid type creature here on the front, played by none other than the amazing George Eastman. Also with his regular name is like Luigi something, I can't remember either way. But George Eastman, which most of you should know him if you watch a lot of Italian cinema. He pops up here and there, usually plays a bad guy. I like him in Blast Fighter. He's great in Iron Master. He's great in Kidnapped, and just etc., etc., etc. The guy is definitely a proven home run hitter when it comes to making a good, or not good, but or at least an entertaining film, all in all. It does lack in places where it does get a little boring and dull, but it definitely picks up, and if that's what you want to call it, it picks up, and then you start to get more and more victims. There's a very, 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 very iconic scene towards the end. Excuse me. Woo! Have another cigarette, Matt. Either way, our very, very pregnant girl who decided she was not going to go on to the trip to this resort area because she has sprained her ankle, and she is staying on the boat with her significant other. Her significant other gets killed, and she goes, he's getting cool water for her to dip her leg in. He gets killed. she goes out there, hobbles out there, you know, it's kind of funny, kind of hobble wobble. But she starts lifting up this bucket, and inside is this very, very, very hokey freaking severed head, which made me giggle so much because it just screamed fake. But anyways, this woman is then taken captive. You think that she's killed at first, but then you find out that she's been taken captive by this dude, played by George Eastman. And he is fighting, or this other group of people end up down in these catacombs, which, by the way, some of the skeletons in there are real. As a matter of fact, they found out in the trivia that I put in here that when they were cleaning up some of the real skeletons and skulls accidentally made their way back with the cast and crew. So I wonder if there was a little bit of spooky mumbo jumbo going on there, you know, because you shouldn't disturb a dead body, you know. But either way, they find the pregnant girl down there. There's a fight between this guy and the Grim Reaper here, our George Eastman character. It has kind of a slight flashback to why George Eastman is the way he is, and it shows that his son, and his wife were stuck out to sea. He eventually kills both of them and becomes cannibalistic to essentially survive. And it somehow mutates him and turns him into this very disgusting, looks like he's got a lot of dried boogers all over his face and head, bunch of like skin tags and things of that nature. But you get that nice little flashback. It kind of gives you a little more of what you're getting yourself into. But anyways, we fast forward a little bit further, and this is where one of the golden money shot scenes of the movie is. There is a baby. The pregnant lady, she is killed, and Mr. Eastman decides he's going to jam his fist up her chotch area and decide that he's going to rip out this baby, which, by the way, the baby was none other than a skinned rabbit that they got from a local butcher or something like that, if memory serves me correct. But either way, our George Eastman decides he's going to take a giant bite out of it. And that scene right there is one of the major scenes that got it part of this UK BBFC's Video Nasty Section 1 list, because that was a big hell no for these religious type PMRC types. You know, they're just bad people, all for censorship, you know, scumbags. And then eventually they start to get away, our victims, and then somebody stabs our George Eastman character in the belly. He then in turns pulls out, as you can see here on the cover, he pulls out his intestines and starts to eat it. If memory served me, I think I saw something on an interview on this copy, because this is, I believe, a 2-disc set. 2-disc special edition. On the second disc, I believe they talk about how they kind of took inspiration from the painting of Goya, I believe is what it is, or Gomorrah, I believe is what it's called. I'm sorry, but it's a savage type creature type person that is eating his guts. They also did it with Cannibal Holocaust. It is a one of those things that goes a little bit far, and it didn't happen, Cannibal Holocaust. I'm sorry that I messed up there. But either way, fun shit. As far as any kind of ratings would go, on a 1 through 5 scale, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. It could have been much better, could be much worse. Like I said, there are some dull spots in here that made me kind of nod off a little bit, but I've seen it probably 6 or 7 times at this point, so there's nothing that I really didn't miss, when I nod off. But if you do get it, get this Severin release. Blu-ray is just gorgeous. All right, guys, I love your faces. I can't wait to see you on Wednesday. I think I'll be here Wednesday. I'm not 100%. Got a busy schedule ahead of me on Wednesday, but for sure, if I'm not there Wednesday, I am for sure going to be here Friday. I got another gem lined up for you. It's another one that came from Severin Films. If you haven't noticed, I do a lot of Severin Films releases, mostly because they are one of my favorite labels out there, them and Vinegar Syndrome. They both are just like home run hitters. Though my only beef with Severin is their sales. Their sales always are just kind of eh. All right, y'all. Love your faces. I'm going to set those down, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And